Hello and good day, Mike Adcock here with your worldwide tropical outlook for today, 23rd of July 2013. Tracking 4 tropical disturbances across the globe today, 98W, 99W over in the western Pacific, 98E in the eastern Pacific, and then 98L off the coast of Africa. First off, 98W, this is about 245 kilometers southeast of Da Nang, Vietnam. Just a pretty disorganized system, just quite a bit of widespread showers and thunderstorms spreading over portions of Indochina. That continues to track off to the north-northwest. Really not seeing much change here just as it continues to approach Hanoi over the next few days, just carrying those showers and thunderstorms in the region, but no real threat of tropical cyclone development. Do have 99W. We were tracking this one yesterday. Pretty vigorous wave then. Since has weakened up. Still well embedded in the intertropical convergence zone as it races off to the west. This is currently about 290 kilometers east-southeast of Chuuk, Micronesia. Again, JTWC doesn't have it in their outlook. Should not be a factor. It's well embedded in the ITCZ and shouldn't pull away to develop at all. Now turning our attention over to the eastern Pacific, a 98E about 1,090 kilometers south of the southern tip of Baja California. This one's starting to strengthen up a little bit. National Hurricane Center now calling it a 30% chance of near-term development. Conditions should start improving over the next couple of days as it continues to move off toward the west. Still a little fast, looking at about 13 knots of forward speed, and not really looking good in terms of satellite presentation. Matter of fact, with the lack of banding, it gives you a data T of 0, so it's way too weak to classify. We'll give it a couple more days, see what happens with that. Nonetheless, models are being ran off of the center position, and with that, the models do have a pretty good agreement, or that it's going to continue tracking off to the west-northwest over the next week or so. Not a land threat, really. Only thing that's going to be a concern is shipping interests as it tracks on to the west-northwest. In terms of intensity, on the other hand, again, pretty well agreeance that there's going to be some long-term strengthening. Maybe not so much in the near term, but over the next day or two, it's going to start to pick up strength. Do have one outlier that does bring it up to hurricane status, but pretty much expecting it to become a tropical storm. If that does happen, it would pick up the name Flossie. And then for our other tropical wave that we're tracking, this is 98L, emerged off the west coast of Africa yesterday. National Hurricane Center now up to a 40% chance for development here. It's positioned 375 kilometers southeast of the Cape Verde Islands. Again, looking at Dvorak on this one, do have some broken banding, so we can classify it. It looks at about a T1.0. Microwave imagery does suggest a poorly defined circulation with this. The challenge is, if you look off to the north and west of the Cape Verde Islands, you can see some stratocumulus, and that continues off to the west and a bit to the southwest. The problem is this stable, drier air is going to be a challenge for 98L over the long term. If there's going to be development, it's going to be more pretty much today. As we get into Wednesday, things are going to be a little less favorable. And the other issue that we're fighting is its forward progression. Not as fast as Chantal, if you remember, but still 13 to 17 knots of forward progression. Here is the track guidance for 98L. Again, continued off to the west-northwest for the next few days. Cape Verde will have to watch for some showers and thunderstorms as it rolls through today. And then the next concern is going to be the Lesser Antilles in the next toward the end of day 5 there. Showers and thunderstorms going to be, that seems like it's going to be a threat. in terms of making landfall or tropical cyclone warnings. A little early to tell. Definitely bears watching, but we'll continue to monitor it over the next several days. Intensity guidance does kind of split. Not very good confidence in this one. You do have a handful that pretty much keeps status quo, not much intensification, depression strength at best. Then you do have another group that does intensify at least to tropical storm strength. That does include the consensus model. If it does become a tropical storm, it would be named Dorian. I think the group that you're seeing making it a tropical storm might be a little on the bullish side, considering some of the conditions it's going to have to battle in the central Atlantic. Current position, though, is about 21 degrees west. So right now, not looking at any reconnaissance flights into the system. Nothing on deck for the outlook either. And speaking of outlooks, that does conclude today's outlook. Of course, get this and other Western Pacific analysis over at westernpacificweather.com or follow along on Facebook and Twitter. You can also join in on the global tropical discussion at storm2k.org. Of course, make sure to follow me on Twitter at SeniorPepper to get the latest updates in between videos. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day and take care.